Good evening, everyone. November 17th, 2020, 6 p.m., City of Pasadena, Texas, council meeting. We're calling this meeting to order. Invocation will be by Richie Santos and Councilman Harrison. You'll lead us in the Pledge of Allegiance. If everyone please stand.
Father, I thank you so much for this day, God, and this opportunity to be here before great men and great women. Lord, I pray that you would bless them. I pray that you would give them grace to lead this city with integrity and godly character, God. I pray that you would favor them in all that they do, Lord, and their families as well. I pray that you would give them godly wisdom, Lord, to make tough decisions, God. I pray that you would give them the strength and the courage to stand up for godly principles and godly morals. Father, I pray that when people hear of Pasadena, God, we won't be a city that makes the news for crazy things, that we would be a city that's set up on a hill, Lord, like a light that shines bright for your goodness and your glory, God. I pray that you would put your favor in this city. Your hand would be on it, God. I thank you for your word that's alive and active, God. I thank you for your word that never returns void, God. And I thank you because you accompany your word with signs and wonders. So, Father, your word says that you would show yourself mighty on our behalf. And I thank you for that, Lord. I thank you because you will show yourself mighty on our behalf, God. And I thank you for it in Jesus' mighty name. Amen.
Amen. Amen. Rudy, thank you so much. God bless.
Please join me in the Pledge of Allegiance.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. On the Texas flag, I pledge allegiance to thee, Texas, one state, under God, one indivisible.
Councilman Harrison.
Thank you, Mayor. This is going to be our last council meeting until Thanksgiving, so I'm going to wish everybody to have a safe and happy Thanksgiving and follow the guidelines set out by the CDC and be careful with your family members. And they're saying if you have a family gathering of over 10 people, you better think twice. And also, if your family members are going to be there, they need to be tested. And those are the guidelines they've set out. And the virus is spreading. Last I heard, Harris County, the positivity rate was 7.6%. They always shoot for 5%. And Harris County includes Pasadena. So we need to protect ourselves. And the CDC says if you wear a face mask, that by latter part of December, January, you can save approximately 100,000 lives. Now, I know it's controversial to wear a face mask or not, but it's been proven that wearing a face mask, you can not only save yourself, but you have respect for other people, that you can save other people's lives. And the good thing is, we've got two viruses that vaccines for them. One of them's Pfizer, another is Moderna, and Pfizer is a 90% cure rate, and the Moderna is 94.5. So there's hope coming down, but then again, it takes time, and they hope to vaccine 330 million people in the United States, but it's going to take time. So therefore, we need to follow the social distancing, wear your mask, and the vaccines won't be out till probably in January or this spring, possibly this summer. So we still got a battle on our hands. We need to protect other people and have respect for other people. and wear these face masks. It's been proven these face masks save lives. And the election's over with now, so we need to have one goal, that's to save as many lives as we can. And we need to move forward as a unit, as the United States of America, not any individual political party. We need to save lives. And hopefully please wear a mask. And the life you save could be mine, so save it. Thank you.
Thank you, sir. Councilman Casados?
Thank you, Mayor. I want to thank everyone for tuning in this evening, and thank the officers out here for being here with us. We appreciate you guys. I want to also like to wish everybody a happy Thanksgiving, and again, as Councilmember Harris has stated, that please be careful. You know who you're around and what you're doing, and please be wary. You know, wear your masks, social distance, do those kind of things, and you know, it's kind of like one of those deals where, you know, with this pandemic going on, you just don't know where everybody else has been around as far as your family, or you know, if they're around coworkers that you don't know where they've been. So you want to be very careful and just keep your distance. You know, I keep from hugging as much and kissing and all that good stuff. So just be aware of that. And I also, at saying that, would like to send out my condolences and prayers to the 131 families that have lost someone due to COVID here in the city of Pasadena. This city's been hit. We still have about currently 400 plus active cases. We do have over 7,000 recovered cases, which is good. But at the same time, we've got to maintain what we're doing. Wear your mask when you go out and about, and again, just be respectful of other people and their space. With that too, I'd like to say that, you know, I would like to congratulate everybody for going out and practicing their right to vote. We had record numbers this last election cycle. Looks like we do have a new president. Whether you agree or disagree with what's going on there, but at the same time, it shows the power of the people and what kind of power they have when they go out and vote. With that, I pass, Mayor.
Thank you, sir. Councilman Wheeler?
All right, not to beat a dead horse too much here, but I do want to say it's important to wear your mask. And a lot of times, this conversation gets framed in a way that, you know, if you take COVID seriously, then you're trying to kill businesses and everything else, or you're, you know, either a business killer or you're believing in science, or I don't know how it's framed, but the bottom line is this, that if you do wear a mask, that helps businesses to slow the spread of this disease, to slow the spread of this virus. Do your part, wear your mask, maintain social distancing, and that helps business out. That helps us get back to normal sooner, helps us get back to normal more efficiently. And so everybody just do your part. And like we keep saying this, we're getting closer and closer, and we really are getting closer. There's vaccines out now. But unfortunately, I do think we're going to have a hard winter. You know, there's a reason that flu season comes around the holidays. More people are spending time indoors in close proximity to one another. More people are interacting, and that's no difference this year. And so just do your part, wear your mask, and let's stop this thing. That'll pass.
Thank you, sir. Councilman Bass?
Thank you for tuning in. We've talked about masks. I'm not going to preach to anybody. You do what you want to do. Be safe. Use your common sense. Councilman Harrison said, Thanksgiving's coming. Enjoy it. Give thanks for everything that you have. We're getting into the holiday season. We got beautiful weather. We're in Pasadena, so we got 70-degree weather. Also, we have a food drive coming up, November the 19th. It's just right around the corner, and it's going to be at the Pasadena Convention Center. It's from 8 to 5. So if you have anything, canned goods or whatever dry goods, bring those up, and they can really use them. With that, I pass.
Thank you, sir. Councilman Shanebine?
Good evening, everyone. I'd like to wish everyone a very happy Thanksgiving and a season to be thankful for many things. We've gone through a lot this past year. I would encourage everyone to enjoy it with your family members. your loved ones, friends, and neighbors, and make it a season that really shows how much you care about one another and how much that we support one another. And with that said, we do have the holiday season coming up. I would encourage everyone to shop our small businesses. Our small business owners are taking a financial hit right now. And with the holidays coming up, this would be a good opportunity to support our local businesses and our local restaurants if you have the opportunity to. Please, again, do it safely. I think the whole message of this COVID virus and the flu virus and every other disease that we come across is practicing proper hygiene. So with that, Mayor, I pass.
Thank you, sir. Councilman Niebar.
I just want to say our thoughts and prayers to the Sergeant Rios' family from Houston. He got killed in the line of duty a couple weeks ago, about a week and a half ago. He was actually from Pasadena High School, graduated in 1991. He actually lived off of Palmetto in District A, so my thoughts and prayers with the family. Also want to wish everybody a happy Thanksgiving, and I do want to congratulate Officer Boynton for 30 years of service and Mr. Garza for 25 years of service with Street and Bridge. And with that, I'll pass my.
Thank you, sir. Councilman Lehman.
Thank you, Mayor. I also would like to wish everybody a happy Thanksgiving. I know things are going to be different this year, but please stay safe, and if you're going to be with family, do your best to social distance and stay healthy. And as was mentioned by Councilman Bass, the food drive is coming up Thursday. There's a lot of people in need, and what's donated in Pasadena stays in Pasadena. And you can help a lot of people with a small donation. And I want to congratulate and thank the two employees on their many years of service to Pasadena, Brett Boynton with the Police Department and Eduardo Garza with Street and Bridge. And one other thing I want to mention, I know because of the pandemic, there's very few neighborhood or homeowners associations meeting, but nonetheless, our matching grant program has started, and it will continue through January the 15th. So if you're a civic club, neighborhood association, HOA, wants to apply for a matching grant, this is open until January 15th. Thank you, Mayor.
Thank you, sir. All right, citizens wishing to speak to council. Robert Jeter.
Good evening, council. Mayor, your condolences on the loss of my friends at the last meeting I spoke is well received and greatly appreciated. Unfortunately, we lost another one. This one also a former board member of Battleground Tea Party and also happens to be a resident of the city of Pasadena. Patrick Lee Leslie, 55, of Pasadena, Texas, passed away peacefully in his sleep on November 3rd, 2020, after a strenuous battle with congestive heart failure. Patrick was a passionate individual. He loved his family and friends more than anything. In fact, he would frequently mention when given the opportunity. He enjoyed nothing more than engaging in lively conversations ranging from current events and history to family stories. Patrick's love for political activism, history, and literature led him to become actively involved in local politics, campaigns, and writing. He was a published author, and he also was one of the speakers I had invited to speak here at the steps of City Halls when Open Harris County had some of its rallies here. So he will be missed. The reason I was not here at last meeting, as y'all know, is I am an election official and had to administrate the elections for precinct 662 last meeting, while last meeting was going on. And I am very, very concerned with how I've seen the city, or not the city, the county, administrate the elections. I documented 4 different attempts to suppress the vote in Harris County that was corrected before the polls opened in my polling location. I do not believe the county is capable of administrating elections under current leadership, and I would like to see control of the city elections returned to the city of Pasadena. The citizens of Pasadena are owed the right to have control over the elections, which we currently do not due to the voting rights lawsuit settlement. I would like to see Pasadena run its own elections. I would like to see competent leadership at every level in government. We currently do not have that. We currently do not have fair elections. And as far as as I am an election official, I will say that currently we do not have a new president as the vote has not been certified. So make sure we stay factual and accurate up here. The Supreme Court will decide that as well as the states, and that will not be necessarily decided or certified until December 14th. Thank you. Have a good evening, Council.
Thank you, sir. Andrew, I think it's Weisenberger, Baker. Andrew Weisenbaker, Burker, Laker.
You went out the front door.
Whatever it said, I don't.
Good evening.
Good evening.
Hello, Mr. Mayor and Council. My name is Andrew Weisenbaker, and I'm here to request the removal of a speed hump at Lano Street and West Side. The hump is right close to the intersection. I understand they're not supposed to be that close to the intersection. And that's my case.
Thank you, sir. Appreciate you coming down.
Okay?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir. Thanks.
Thank you.
Ray P. Thompson's next, officer.
Huh? Y'all need this?
What's the name of the?
It's the name of the petition.
Just give it to the officer and he'll pass it out for us, sir. Thank you.
Thank you.
Yeah, thank you,
Thank
sir.
you.
Is that it?
Yes, sir.
Thank you.
That's a long walk for a 65-year-old. I'd like to introduce myself. I'm Ray P. Thompson. I was a fixture here many years ago in the 80s and 90s at Pasadena. I was belonged to, appointed to 3 different boards and commissions, Mayor Harrison, Mayor Jim Clark, and Mayor Isabel. I was appointed by the Governor of Texas to a state licensing and regulatory board, and I'm former president of the Shriners. I would like to say to some of the council members that I appreciate y'all's vote for Mickey Gilly Boulevard. That was a brilliant decision. Some people don't approve of Mickey for the fact that they serve more alcohol than anybody in Pasadena at one time, but it was the biggest tourist attraction here. And he put it on the map, regardless what you may think. I've got a friend in the shipping business, and he says anytime he mentions Pasadena, Texas, the immediate question is, oh, you're by Gillies. So Mickey is still putting us on the map, and I think that should be commended. I've been personal friends with the Pryor Gilly family for 40 years. Fine people,
and they've done a lot for this city. Matter of fact, Mickey Gildy's wife died a couple of months ago. It was a private service. A lot of people don't know about that, but he had it private at Hcde. I'd like to say y'all done a great job. Mayor Wagner, I'm very impressed. You've done great. Keep up the good work. The only two council members that I presently know here is Bruce. We were in the fire department many years ago, and Don Harrison, who will never go away. I was noticing all the council members back there. I probably knew every one of them, but maybe 5. And there were some great leaders, Vern Cox, Madison Joe, Truman Reed, Richard Scott, who's still around. There was a ton of them that I knew that were great, great men. So y'all keep up the good work, and I'll have my eye on you. Even though I ran for council one time, I'm through with politics, believe me. I love retirement too much. So keep up the good work.
Thank you, sir. Okay, brings down the presentations of our awards for city service. Let's go to the back.
Mayor and Council, as mentioned earlier, today it's my pleasure to recognize 2 employees for their lengthy service to the city of Pasadena. Collectively, they represent about 55 years of service to the city, and they're being commended today for that accomplishment. First is Brett Boynton. It's kind of bittersweet with Brett. He and I both went through the academy together. We were hired on the same day together. Brett left, retired, came back to work. Glad to have him back, a lot like me, sort of a retread, and appreciate his service. He's making 30 years of service today. He'll be commended with a gold watch. And Eduardo Garza, he's also being recognized for his 25 years of service with Street and Bridge, and he's getting a gold ring. Please help me congratulate both these employees.
Absolutely. Thank you, Mr. Princeton. Brings down the presentation of minutes, November 3rd, 2020, 10 a.m. Motion by Lehman. Second. Second by Casados. Any questions? All in favor? Aye. Opposed? Brings us down to progress payments.
Motion.
We have a motion by Shanebine. Second. Second by Harrison. Any questions? All in favor? Aye. Any opposed? Brings us down to finance resolutions.
Motion.
Motion Casados. Second. Second by Bass. Any questions? All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Brings down to personal changes A.
Motion.
Motion Lehman.
Second.
Second by Shanebine. Any questions? All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? We have one no, Madam Secretary. Madam Secretary brings us down to final readings.
Ordinance 2020-151, adjust the salary structure and provide a cost of living increase of 2.0% of base salary for a full-time, non-classified civilian employees, part-time, non-classified civilian employees whose standard hours equal 20 or more, excluding both seasonal lifeguards in Class Code 2840 and 15220, and seasonal recreation employees in Class Code 2851 and 15230. And the Pasadena Police Department Chief. Salary structures to be adjusted accordingly are the Pasadena Police Chief's current salary, as well as Exhibit A, exempt and non-exempt civilian personnel, B, Fire City Marshal's salary chart, and C, Police Service Officer step grade schedule, effective for the pay period December 28, 2020. Ordinance 2020-152, authorizing and approving contract with John A. Walker Roofing Incorporated for the replacement of roof of the Pasadena Municipal Golf Course, Clubhouse, and Cart Barn roof using Harris County Department of Education, Hcde Choice Partners Cooperative Contract Number 17038 CG10 for a total appropriation of $142,452.50 from the 2017 Certificate of Obligation Fund Balance Account CIP number R065 Funds number 832-33180. Ordinance 2020-154, extend the annual contract for the purchase of U-Cart cement for a period of 1 year approved by Ordinance 2019-187 between the City of Pasadena, Texas and Bay Area Rentals. Ordinance 2020-155, extend annual contract for the purchase of traffic signal heads, components, and LED lights for a period of 1 year approved by Ordinance 2019-187 188 between the City of Pasadena, Texas, and Traffic Parks Incorporated, Section 1, and General Traffic Equipment, Section 2. Ordinance 2020-156, authorizing and approving a contract with Century Asphalt Ltd. for the purchase of flexible base materials for a period of 1 year. Ordinance 2020-157, authorizing and approving the purchase of two 2021 Chevrolet Silverados, 21 2021 Chevrolet Tahoes, and one 2021 Chevrolet Equinox from Lake Country Chevrolet, utilizing the Goodbye Cooperative Contract Number 28F000 and appropriating the amount of $998,055.25. Ordinance 2020-158, amend Ordinance 2020-73 to change contractor's name throughout the ordinance and contract to be reflected as CDW Government LLC.
Motion, any Bart?
Second.
Second by Bass. Any questions? All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Madam Secretary brings us down to the first readings.
Ordinance 2020-159, authorizing and approving an agreement by and between the City of Pasadena, Texas, and Bill Gray for instructional services to provide karate classes through the Parks and Recreation Department. Ordinance 2020-160, authorizing and approving annual radio service agreement for maintenance and repairs to the dispatch center and four towers located at 1201 Davis, 1114 Davis, 7601 Red Bluff, and mobile radio tower at 3124 Red Bluff, by and between the City of Pasadena, Texas, and Motorola Solutions Incorporated, using HGAC contract number RA05-18, $97,212.16. Ordinance 2020-161, authorizing approving the annual maintenance agreement by and between the City of Pasadena, Texas, and Suberon LLC for the Community Plus, Finance Plus, and phone support, minor upgrades, and annual W-2 1099 software updates, $158,882.61. Ordinance 2020-162, authorizing approving extension of an annual contract for the purchase of full circle repair clamps for a period of 1 year, approved by Ordinance 2018-161 and extended by Ordinance 2019-209 between the City of Pasadena, Texas, and Accurate Utility Supplies LLC. Ordinance 2020-163, authorizing approving contract by and between the City of Pasadena, Texas, and Binkley Barfield Incorporated for design services for multiple paving and drainage improvement projects for a total appropriation of $1,544,630 to be funded through the project fund balance account. Ordinance 2020-164, amending Ordinance 2020-53, renewal of property and windstorm insurance coverage to add police and fire academy buildings for an additional fee, $27,813.84, through McGriff, Seawells, and Williams of Texas Incorporated. Ordinance 2020-165, authorizing and accepting a grant award from the Office of the Governor, Criminal Justice Division, General Victim Assistance Grant Program in the amount of $72,200. This grant is for the Pasadena Police Department's Crime Victim Liaison Program that began January 2020. Ordinance 2020-166, authorizing and approving the Parks and Recreation Department to host the 2021 Virtual Texas Parks and Recreation East Region Workshop on January 26th through 28th. Ordinance 2020-167, an ordinance amending Ordinance 2018-24, authorizing and approving execution of a contract amendment on behalf of the Pasadena Volunteer Fire Department between the State of Texas Office of the Firefighters Pension Commissioner and the City of Pasadena, Texas, which will increase the monthly pension contribution from $150 to $175 per active firefighter. Ordinance 2020-168, an ordinance approving the sale of 3.1000 acre out of a called 5.4019 acre tract as recorded in Harris County Clerk's file number HCCFN 2020-393163, parent tract, being the vacated plat of Preston Park Medical Plaza, Harris County Map Records HCMR by the City of Pasadena Ordinance 17-2076, located in the WCRR Company Survey HC Burnett Survey. Section 6, A-1064, Harris County, Texas, to Petroleum Service Group LLC, doing business as Petroleum Service Corporation for the amount of $1,285,000.
Motion.
Motion Shanebine.
Second.
Second by Bass. Any questions?
Mayor?
Go ahead, sir.
Yeah, I'd like to speak on item E.
Yes, sir.
The Binkley and Barfield, the design for the drainage and projects. I'm going to be voting no on this today, or tonight. I think that we have a lot of, projects that could be, this money could be used in a different area. I know that it's Ike money, but one of the things I started doing when I was doing my research is I found that since the last 4 years, 3.5, 4 years, we have about maybe 5 or 6 different projects that I got here, that are all consulting contracts. They're consulting contracts to do engineering. There's 5 or 6 different projects, and none of the work's been done. We give these contracts out quite often. If you keep track and watch council meetings, we do this all the time, and none of the work's getting done. It's just giving out $1.5 million, $365,000, whatever the case may be, for consulting and engineering, and none of the projects get started. This is, again, maybe 10, 15 projects that we're gonna give money away, design fees, and more than likely, nothing's gonna happen. This is a track record. This is going on. And again, I have at least 6 or 7 projects here. Same thing, engineering contracts, nothing's getting done. I'd rather see this go to something else. Quite honestly, we don't even know what kind of design they're gonna do yet. The city of Pasadena here, we have an in-house engineers that can do this work. We haven't lost any employees in the engineering department. I don't see why we can't do some of this work in-house. That being said, I'm not gonna support this.
Thank you, sir. Any other comments?
Mayor,
Go ahead, sir.
yeah, I just want to comment on, our fire department's volunteer, and I'm very happy to see that these men and women that serve Pasadena Fire Department are going to get an increase in their pension. Thank you.
Thank you, sir.
Mayor,
Go ahead, sir.
our agenda this evening represents, to me, 4 bullet points. We're taking care of some payroll issues. We're taking care of some pension issues with our firefighters. Now we have one before us for projects. And for the residents that live on Park Lane, Madison Avenue, Austin Avenue, East Haven Drive, Magnolia Drive, Tilden Drive, Polk Avenue, Kansas Street, Lano Street, and a couple other projects on Lano Street. These are improvements to your streets that we're voting on. We're hiring folks to go out and do the design work to help you with your drainage in these areas. You look around our city, and there's projects going on all over our city. Geographically, north side, south side, this city's alive, and we're moving forward. And to be able to be in a position like this, we should be grateful. And this is for the citizens of Pasadena, so I'll be supporting it.
Thank you, sir.
Yes, Mayor.
Go ahead, sir. Mr. Harrison?
I'd like to speak on E,
Yes, sir.
spoken pre-council. And, I agree that we need all the road improvements we can. But there's something about equality of the different districts. And the different districts are not being funded equally. Now, if you go on engineering contract, it's 7.5% of the engineering costs on the total project. In my district, it's $192,000 a cost. So if you take that 7.5 divided by 192,000, you get a little over $2 billion. In the other district, District D is the same thing, $2 million what the project's gonna cost. Now, if you go on Lano Street and take closer to $700,000 on engineering costs, and divide by 7.5, you get close to $10 million. Now, Mayor, you said that's the total project, but there's nothing that shows me what the total project's gonna cost. You only figure it through the engineering costs. So it's equality, different districts, and I'm happy to get one street in my district, but all people pay the taxes. The north side's been forgotten about a long time. And we need Preston, we need South, we need District A streets, we need it all over. So this is a way, I wish the engineer had talked to us, let them know what we really need in the district. So there's nothing equitable about this. $2 billion is $10 million. Lano Streets, I'm aware of it, it definitely needs it. But we got more streets in the other district that need it as well, that I passed.
Thank you, sir.
And also,
You passed, sir, thank you.
that was all on that one ordinance.
Okay, you want to talk another one? Go ahead. Sure.
Yeah, I just touched base on item J.
Jay?
Now,
Go ahead, sir.
okay, Mary, the pre-council, you said that they had more than one bid.
Yes, sir, they did.
Qualifying bids.
Yes, they did.
And to me, you know, when we go out on bids, if certain people don't, the companies don't meet certain requirements, then not a qualified bid. So they actually only had one bid, this project, one bid. Now, I did read the appraisal. It's a thick appraisal, and they did a good job. And what we're trying to determine is the fair market value of the property. And the appraisal did show to me, in my opinion, I don't like going out for one bid only, but we need the fair market value of the property. And the appraisal was excellent, and they did a market data approach, and the sales they did were adequate. So therefore, I'm going to support this, but from now on, I wish we'd get more than one bid.
Thank you, sir. Appreciate that. Any other comments? Go ahead, sir.
Mayor, I want to speak to item E,
You got it.
the money for engineering. And I want to make a note that these type of contracts, $1.5 million, these don't have to be competitively bid. They can just be given out. And I think that's kind of what's going on here. These are just getting given out. And to be clear, for you sitting at home, this does not mean that your road is going to get fixed, nor does it mean that your road's not going to get fixed. This is about the method and the process. We have engineers in-house that can do this work. This is $1.5 million in engineering. They're just giving out unbid. Here's $1.5 million to do this work. We already have projects on the books engineered that aren't being done. This $1.5 million could be going to actually pouring concrete in our city. But instead, it's going to more engineering costs, unbid engineering costs that are just being divvied out here at the city. That's why I support it. We need to see more projects, concrete being poured, asphalt being laid, and also to speak to equity. Again, no projects in District E. No project right there around in the district that I represent. No projects in District B. You know, most of the money here is going to the south side of town, District G. And there needs to be, you can't forget about the north side. It needs the money more than the south side. It's older streets, it's an aging part of town. Again, this is $1.5 million that can be going to actual projects instead of to more unbid engineering contracts. With that, I'll pass.
Thank you, sir. I really appreciate that. Anybody, any other comment?
Mayor.
Go ahead, sir.
So this is $1.5 million for engineering and design. So kind of a little bit historic background on this. The city during Hurricane Ike sustained damage to 901 Curtis. We were supposed to rebuild that particular building. We didn't. The city submitted some stuff to FEMA. FEMA came back and it's going to give us $5.7 million. So 1.5 of that 5.7 is going to go to engineering and design. The projects are slated to cost about $10 million. I guess in the future we'll get another ordinance of where the other money is going to go to fund the actual projects. I kind of agree with Councilmember Casados in the fact that a lot of these engineering contracts go out, they're not for bid, and the work never gets done. And this particular thing is I'm going to support it on first reading, but I would like to, I was told earlier during pre-council that we're supposed to get a 5-year CIP here in the near future. Hopefully it'll be on the next agenda, just to confirm that we're actually going to do this particular projects. As far as for District A, there's actually 3 projects. One's on West Park Lane from Walter Street to Shaver Street. The other one's Madison Avenue to Houston Avenue, from Houston Avenue to Hardin Street. And the other street is Austin Avenue from Houston Avenue to Pasadena Boulevard. Those are 3 critical streets. I've actually driven by them multiple times. They're actually in dire need to actually get done. So I'm actually going to support this ordinance, but I hope to see an ordinance to actually fund these projects in the next council meeting. That'll pass.
Thank you, sir. All right. All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed?
No.
We have 3 noes. We have Harrison, Castelos, and Wheeler. That's it. Madam Secretary brings us down to resolutions.
Resolution 2020-142, resolution accepting a donation in the amount of $32,000 from Chevron Pasadena Refinery to be deposited into account number 24-309 to create a community garden. Resolution 2020-143, a resolution accepting an in-kind donation of incontinence supplies, walkers, and canes, as well as a therapy bike for the multipurpose center valued at $700 from the Rehabilitation Services Volunteer Project, RSVP, for use by the Parks and Recreation Department in connection with the multipurpose center to be used by participants, citizens. Resolution 2020-144, resolution authorizing the mayor on behalf of the Pasadena Police Department to accept a donation of one Weber pellet grill valued at $1,000, six Lowe's buckets with lids valued at $30, 6 gallons of hand sanitizers valued at $300, 14 boxes of face masks valued at $280, and 10 boxes of latex gloves valued at $250 from Lowe's Home Center for use by the Pasadena Police Department. Resolution 2020-145, a resolution accepting donations from various donors in the combined amount of $5,668.47 for use by animal control in connection with the medical care of the animals in the shelter. Resolution 2020-146, a resolution authorizing and approving the acceptance of an Edward Byron Memorial Justice Assistant Grant on behalf of the Pasadena Police Department from the U.S. Department of Justice, Office of Justice Programs, Bureau of Justice Assistance in the amount of $46,005 to be used to fund overtime for additional police activities to enhance public safety, reduce crime, and crime prevention.
Motion.
We have a motion by Shinnick, second by Bass. Any questions?
Mayor,
Go ahead, sir.
I just want to comment and say thank you to all of the wonderful people each week, each day, each year that make these donations to our city and organizations. We have individuals, small businesses, large businesses that, take the time to donate to make our city better, to help support our animal control center, our citizens, and just want to say thank you to each one of those individuals.
Thank you, sir. Okay, go ahead, sir.
I just got a point of information to correct something. Madam Secretary? Yes, sir. In one moment, sir. On first readings, I only voted, it seemed like, remember that we voted on all the ordinances. I didn't vote no on all of them. I only voted no on number 63.
Yes, sir.
You got, is that correct?
Yes, sir.
Well, we didn't separate it, so that's the reason I want to,
I have it marked here under that item, sir.
I got it correct. Thank
Yes,
you.
sir.
Okay, all in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? I thank everybody for coming out and listening to our council meeting. This meeting is adjourned. God bless.